All right. Now we are going live here, I believe. I believe I can never tell. Yeah, we're doing it. Time for some bombs is right. Here we go. Let's start it off. I wanted to retweet some things before I get going, but it is time for some bombs. All right, let's just fucking do it. I believe the thing's moving. I can never tell if I'm moving. I'm such in the box. All right, let's just get going, right? All right. The Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Edge Boost enables you to double your bet with no interest. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to get started today. Now let's start the theme. I can never tell if I'm rolling. Let's get it going. Yes. Cheers to beers. Beers review says time for some bombs. Let's get this thing on there. Get it on the board. How we doing? Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am CJ Sullivan. That's right. The man in the box coming to you from the box, self-producing. I say that with weirds. I'm still not positive. I should probably call Crame Dog in here. He is on the other side of the wall to make sure this is recording. I usually have to see things moving. There's certain numbers moving. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's moving. I should start the clock as well. I could not start any worse. Every time. I've never had a good start to a show. Like, Chris wise, professional broadcaster wise, or where you introduce yourself, you say welcome, you get people hype, you tell what's going to happen. I just don't do it. And they say that's the most important part of a podcast is, the first 5 minutes, whatever. Because a lot of people click off and then engage or not engage, whatever it is. I like to warm up, get a good 35 minutes in me. Here's Crame Dog. I just want to make sure I'm recording here on the thread. I can never see anything moving. Here he comes. The producer, come on in. I hit the record button twice, but is it moving? It is, right?
No.
It's not.
That's all right. Now it is. We can figure out the rest.
Jesus. So start over then?
It's up to you. we have the video audio, so we can.
This is amazing. Was it recording before that I did something to stop it? Did you have it going?
Maybe.
All right.
But either way, we have audio.
We have audio. Good thing I called him in. Right, listeners? Cheers to Bears. Anyway, let's start it up again. At least that was a bomb of a thing. Anyway, I am CJ Sullivan, the man in the box. Here we go. Let's start up the show. Let's do it up right. Thank you for coming in on the YouTube show. We're going to talk about last night's game, of course, Celtics and Heat. We won that bomb. We'll break down the next game. We're going to hockey bomb, and we're going to have a special golf LIV tour matchup bombs coming up with Brooks Koepka. As you can see on my great thumbnails, the Hangover Bombs, as Brooks Koepka is on a award tour after winning the PGA. We're going to try to take advantage of that. That and a man in the box segment at the end of the show with Shemy Schembechler. I tried to get him in yesterday, but Jim Brown took over the whole thing because it was so much fun to talk about Jim Brown. Anyway, let's get into it. So last night, we had we hit that Celtics bomb. They're getting 1.5. We took them on the money line anyway. They went outright. They finally hit threes. That's basically all that happened. And now people are just assuming they're going to win the series again. Celtics in 7, just like the Yankees, Red Sox. Boston has to do everything with Boston sports. They're so annoying about it. They can't just be the 1 seed finally playing like the 1 or whatever, not the 1 seed or 2 seed, whatever. But they're playing an 8 seed. Marcus Smart had to do the old, you know, who was that? Euclid or whatever the fucking Kevin Millar, whoever those assholes were, those Red Sox teams, the cowboy up. Why not us? Don't let us win this one game. Don't let us win. And that's what Smart did. Don't let us win tonight. You're the huge favorites. There's a little difference between the Red Sox, Yankees, and the Heat, Celtics. This is something you're supposed to be doing. Then you finally made 3. So now everyone's just forgetting about it. Now they're 8.5-point favorites again for game 2, which is hilarious. But Boston just can't. They just can't. They have to throw all the other Boston sports into one, like the Bruins and the Heartbreak and the Red Sox. And my God, are they annoying? Because they think that they're just narcissists. They think no one has it worse than them. No, even when they win, they don't care because they're boss, because they're just whiners about it. Anyway, so now they play game 2, which is tomorrow night, I believe. Now they're back to 8.5, right back to 8.5-point favorites. Everyone just immediately forgets it. Now it's Boston party time. And Jimmy Butler, who we love, Jimmy Butler, I think not that the Heat lost the game on purpose. Obviously, they didn't want to do that. But they don't like being favorites. So they were favored last night. And like that, what is this all about? They don't like that. Butler needs petty revenge. He needs revenge on something. So he was he almost seemed happy when they lost in that his post-game conference, you know. He was just like, yeah, I can't wait. We're gonna do what we do. So we play music, drink some beer, drink some wine. And stop thinking about basketball for a night. I can't wait. And then we're gonna go fuck them up on the road. He's still so in their heads, like even when they're losing. Because basketball, as we say, it's all about humiliating the other opponent. That's all they care about. They don't even care about winning as much as it is making an Instagram moment and having, these moments on Twitter where you're just absolutely humiliated. And Butler did that to the Celtics when Grant Williams talked shit. He posted pictures of him talking back to him, pointing at him. The timeout to Al Horford, which Horford doesn't even remember doing. I guess it was a year ago, back when he was good. But he's so much in Grant Williams' head because everyone blamed Grant Williams for that game 2 loss for talking shit to Butler and waking him up. That last night, Grant Williams actually blocked Butler's shot. He hit all these threes. It would have been a perfect time to talk back, but he's just so terrified of crazy man Butler, as well as he should be, that he still wouldn't do it because he knew it. He's just so horrified of him. And now Butler's going to come out the boss. I'm not going to say the Heat will win that game 5. I'm actually hoping the Heat win in 6 because that's what we gave out here as a bomb at 11-1. We got that ticket riding. Boston -8, but 8.5 is too much. We're going to give Miami. We're going to break down right now. Miami plus 8.5. Bomb that for game 5 tomorrow night in Boston. It's just amazing how we just forget everything and then bring. We just think the Celtics are just going to ride it out. They're only plus 220 to win the series. The Celtics. That's pretty nuts for a team down 3-1. I mean, they won one game. They had one quarter where they hit their threes. Whatever. Butler's right back to being crazy. The C-generates are here. JC from KC. I like that. What about the LC generates? You got to respect Butler's gangster. This is what I say about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, everyone's just terrified of upsetting him. He talks like, yeah. And Grant Williams learned his lesson. Horford. People don't even know they are talking shit to him, but he'll take it the wrong way. So now it's great. It's so funny to watch people just go out of their way now, the Celtics, to not bother Jimmy Butler. It reminds me of one time I was in Chicago. I was on the train taking the red line to the south side, and it was packed. It was like rush hour, and there was nowhere to sit. It was just, nuts to butts, just packed. Except for there's one guy who's crazy, who was sitting down, and there was an empty seat next to him. And he was fucking nuts. He was screaming, blah, 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 violence, whatever the hell it was. So much where everyone just collectively like, okay, no one sit next to him. That's just going to be an empty seat for the rest of the train ride, no matter how packed it was. And then one time, now and then a car got up at one of the stops again after, like, you know, Roosevelt or something, and he gets on, and the guy just sits down next to him, and we're all like, "Oops, oh, sorry, buddy, we were supposed to warn you. Yeah, that guy's crazy. Don't sit next to him. You'll find out." And he did. So the guy even goes to him, "Hey, can you move over so I can sit down?" We're like, "Oh, this is gonna get bad." And that's what happened. I mean, he wasn't being rude or anything. He was just like, he's just saying a normal conversation, but this wasn't a normal person he was talking to. This was a Jimmy Butler, if you will. And all of a sudden they started snapping at each other, and then they were about to fight, you know, and then they stood up and they're fucking like barking at each other. Like, oh God, here we go. And we're all like standing on the train, holding the above things, and we're like getting moved side to side. And they say stuff, and then one guy, then the gangster guy goes, not the gangster guy, the homeless crazy guy goes, I say that because he goes, "Man, respect my gangster. Respect my gangster," he yelled out. And the entire train started laughing, including me. I mean, it was hilarious. Respect my gangster. And both guys started laughing. You know, like, what did you say? I don't know. I was out of material. You know, I said, respect my gangster. And from that, they sat down and were, you know, nice to each other. And they started talking out like, "Man, we were going to fight. I just got off work. I didn't want to fight you." I was like, "I know." The crazy guys, "I was going to throw shit on you." Can you believe that? Respect my gangster. What's that even mean? Who knows what that means? But that means, Jimmy, what do you want to do? Everyone's got a war in the Celtics. Don't disrupt Jimmy Butler. He's not wearing socks. He's got the Smash McDouble in his pocket. Respect his gangster. Do not upset him. And now they upset him. So we'll take them plus 8.5. That is the bomb. Anyway, but let me tell you about. Then we'll come back after I tell you about Edge Boost. We'll get into a little bit more of the Laker autopsy, Brooks Koepka, and some of the hockey bombs. Then, of course, a man in a box. So, have you signed up for Edge Boost yet? If not, you're missing out. Edge Boost is the world's first bet now, pay later Visa card. Similar to buy now, pay later programs, Edge Boost enables you to double your bet with no interest and pay back to advance over 4 equal weekly installments. That's right, 0% interest. Just deposit funds into your account, and Edge Boost will match the deposit so you can use 2 times the funds on any legal sports betting site. Edge currently offers up to $2,500 in advance. Up to $2,500 you can get add to your bankroll. My Edge Boost double down play of the day is. We're gonna go with let's go with this Miami Heat. I just gave it out plus 8, plus 8.5. Take that. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to sign up today. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge. Must be 21 years or older to use. Only valid in legal gambling states. Problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's nice of them to throw that in there. If you guys are problem gamblers, and let me tell you something, if you need $2,500 credit, gamble now, pay later, you might be a problem gambler. That sounds like a dicey situation. I'm not saying this is a loan shark business because they don't charge interest, so that's good. 0% interest is good. There's no VIG. But other than that, just watch yourself is what I'm trying to say. All right. Anyway, let's get back to the show. And welcome everyone, but from the YouTube channel here, JC from Casey. Cheers to beers, everyone coming out. And then soon I want to tell you about some of the biggest bets biggest bombs I've made coming up. So yeah, no sweep last night. That was the narrative for going for a while. We thought all 4 series were going to be sweeps. People forget how it's not easy to do a sweep. And I like betting against sweeps. The Lakers got swept, and they had to do a 38-point second half to get swept. They came out like they were going to win with the going on for 71. LeBron did his thing. LeBron almost did his thing for a half and was like, "All right, I've shown you enough, right? We're not going to win this series, but I've proven that I can do that if need be. Now get some players that can help me." ESPN and everyone still gets shit for how they're covering the Lakers, which I love, which is amazing. Someone broke down, like, after the Nuggets won, how much the cameras covered the Lakers being disappointed, LeBron going to the locker room, then the Nuggets celebrate. They didn't even show the Nuggets celebrating. They just showed the Lakers fucking. They just showed the Lakers crying. Which, to be honest with you, I'd rather watch that. I mean, I get it. If you're a Nugget fan, you want to see your team celebrate, but I'd much rather see LeBron be miserable and blaming all of his terrible teammates. Give me Laker fans crying. Give me fans crying in general. I don't ever want to see celebration. My celebration is watching Laker fans cry. La sweat, says Mafia. Correct. I mean, it's fun watching this. Like I said, I want to see these guys play 7 games because I want to see the Nuggets beat them 7 times. People love telling TV producers and network heads what they would do if they ran the networks. Why aren't you talking about the Nuggets? Because they don't care. It's about ratings. Obviously, they're making a show. And there'll be plenty of time to talk about the fucking Nuggets. What do you want to say? The Nuggets are good? Yeah, we know they're good. No, how great they are. This isn't Little League. No, we want drama. This is what I would do if I was running the Daily Show. Like, what would you do? Like, they just love to say, like, what other network should do. Yeah, these guys are in a business, and their business does very well for themselves. Anyway, not that I'm defending corporations, but I get why they do the Lakers coverage. The Lakers, you know, it's what people know the Lakers. You either love them or hate them. And them Lakers losing, it's perfect. You can enjoy hating them. Let's just enjoy the hate while we can, is what I'm trying to say. Don't push a rush off of our hate, Denver fans. There's plenty of time to celebrate, you Nuggets. Hell, the finals doesn't start until like 2 weeks because the NBA even does load management as a league for some reason. But we'll get to you, Nuggets. We'll tell you how great you are. Jesus. You're boring anyway. Jokic, I mean, yeah, you're great. Even Jamal Murray is Canadian. His story's like, oh, when I was a kid, I used to do the 3-2-1 count. Yeah, no, everyone did that. Jamal Murray, you're dumb. I want the messiness drama of LeBron contemplating retirement. You can say what he said. I might retire. He even knows when he's lying. He can't even do a poker face. He's smiling and doing it. He just loves the fucking lie for no reason. There's no way he's retired. But he'll love the drama about it. And Sano's right. The Jokic brothers are good primetime TV. I'll get that. Put them on. Matter of fact, I'll throw that up there. I mean, I love the Nuggets. They're fun. I do. I don't like how the Nuggets talk about how no one talks about them. Fans, that's fine. But I hate when the coaches and players are like, what? Stop talking about ESPN so much. We'll talk about you. We don't want to talk about you because you want us to talk about you. How about that? I tell you what's insufferable. And I'm not a LeBron fan. I don't root against him though either. Whatever. He's funny to me. He's kind of corny. But the MJ versus LeBron debate, it's endless on Facebook. It doesn't stop. If he wins, LeBron fans come out with this stuff. If he loses, MJ fans come out. MJ never got swept. Well, first of all, LeBron's like 38. What Michael Jordan was doing at 38. Screaming at Kwame Brown was what he's doing. But anyway, it's you can't even compare. I just like the fact like the more you succeed or fail later on in your career, the more they held against you. Like 6-0 in finals. LeBron is like 8-12. Like, yeah, because he made 20 finals or whatever the hell the numbers are. Like it's same thing with like Joe Montana. Joe Montana's 4-0 Super Bowls. He never lost like Tom Brady. Yeah, it's because he never made as many as he did. I just like getting punished for failing later. You should have failed earlier. Never should have made the playoffs. Last thing you should have done. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Now I'm talking about too much. But I'm talking about the people talking about. And they're not even in it. The Lakers are done. Like I said, if I wanted, hopefully the Celtics will lose. I wanted the Lakers, and ESPN could get their Lakers Celtics series that they wanted. Have them play until the finals start just to entertain us. But they won't. They won't do that. They won't refuse. Anyway. That's one of my dramatic pauses I like to do. It's not dramatic. I just like to try to not get my brain to go crazy. I'm deciding right now if I should do another ad read and just do the rest of the show or get into Bruce Koepka. Bruce Koepka. Brooks Koepka. I'm just looking at that thumbnail. It looks amazing. It looks amazing to me. To me, it does. Anyway, you know what? Let me tell you about Shady Rays, and then we'll talk. Then we'll come back because then I want to get into these Koepka bombs and hockey bombs and man in the box. Maybe even ask you guys a few questions like, what is your big favorite bomb you ever done? Anyway, first, Shady Rays is teaming up with SGPN for Shady May. Not only do you get an amazing 50% off, but you also have a chance to win $500. It's coming to an end. Shady Rays sunglasses. If you lose a pair, break it. They'll replace it. No questions asked. They don't care if you're trying to hide tears because your Lakers got swept. Put your Laker flag at half mast at your car. No questions asked. For international listeners, Shady Rays has you covered as well, shipping to Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. They got you covered everywhere. So just go to shadyrays.com, use code SGPN for 50% off, 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. And remember, May is almost over. So make sure to take your receipt to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/shady for your chance to win the $500 Shady May contest. And with that, I thank everyone for watching live on YouTube. Make sure to smash the subscribe button and like this video on YouTube. You can't just sit there with it. All right, let's get into it. Now we can get into. I forgot to even do the NBA song. That's it. That's what you only get a taste of that. As Tesha, as a singer. All right, I already gave. Let me recap real quick. We're taking Miami plus 8.5. That's my only bomb I've given out so far. We went 1 and what did we hit? We hit Boston last night, and then we lost the hockey game. But we'll get to that hockey game in a bit. Because first, I want to talk about Bruce Koepka. That's what the fuck. Bruce Koepka. Why do I keep calling him Bruce? It's Brooks. Brooks Koepka won the PGA, and now he's on an absolute bender right now. He is. He was at the Panther game the other day. You see him in the middle. He was like fucking coked out of his gills. He's just doing his clapping. He's going nuts. Derek White 3 bombs, and then he's drinking with with Kachuk's brother. He's having him drink out of the cup. Don't even drink out of this cup. Whatever that. There is a picture of him then there. And then last he was on an interview. He went on Pardon My Take, whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm partying all week to a tour. We're going to the Panther game. He's always going to Panther games. Fucked up. Then he went to the Heat game. He classed it up at the Heat game last night. He was in all whites. He was with the wife. He took Sims out, his model wife. But he's going back to the Panther game tonight. They're doing game 4 tonight. And trust me, he'll be right back to cranked up on Wednesday. And now he's got it. And then, so he's got that tonight's game, which is, I might as well give that as a pick anyway. Carolina's plus 105. We're going to take them to avoid the sweep. Let me just toss that out there. Even though they have not been able to solve Bobrovsky, but we'll just try to avoid. Like I said, it's tough to do the sweep. So, but Koepka has just been on a bender. Who knows if he hasn't slept? And he's told Bobrovsky, he goes, "Yeah, we're partying right till the fucking tournament." So he's got to play in LA. He's got to go back to playing LIV tour on Thursday in Washington, D.C. He's going to fly right from the game after doing coke and doing what God knows what fucking Jaeger bombs and what do you think he drinks? What do you think drinks Brooks Koepka drinks? I know Sims probably does your vodka sodas or whatever. Of course, your White Claws. But he gets after with like bro Jaegers, I bet. And blow. He does a lot of blow. And then he's going to play Thursday morning in an LIV tour. The 54-hole. And on Bet Online, if you can find any Brooks Koepka matchups, that's where we're going to hit. So right now I found we're fading Brooks Koepka. Let's take a look at the lines here. We got Brooks Koepka versus Cam Smith in a matchup. Cam Smith's a good golfer. He's an actual PGA golfer playing on the LIV tour. Cam Smith's minus 140. And minus a stroke and a half is even money, minus 110. We're going to bomb both of those. Those are 2 fade Koepka bombs from his party. Now I don't know how, I'm not saying max out. I'm trying to be responsible. I tell all my listeners to be responsible, but I think the responsible thing here is to empty your account against Bruce Koepka. All right. I'm telling all my C-generates. We are fading. I was thinking about some of the biggest bets I've ever made. And please wins. One was Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McDavid. McGregor, I mean Conor. Why do I always confuse McDavid and McGregor for some reason? I definitely would bet him more if he was fighting. Actually, I probably would take Conor McDavid's not a fighter. He's a goal scorer. Conor McGregor. Because that line was just way too. It was just caked in racism. The only way that line was so low because it was the best defensive boxer of all time versus a guy who doesn't box. So everyone was just like, that was just old fashioned Rocky mentality. McGregor's gonna win. He's gonna kill him. He's a white guy. So that one was an enormous bet I made, and the other one was the match. I was talking about the other day. They're still doing the match. That golf thing, exhibition thing. But now they don't even have golfers in there anymore. Now it's just like 4 basketball players and football players playing each other, like Peyton. But anyway, the first one was Mickelson and Barkley versus Curry and Peyton. And Mickelson and Barkley were underdogs. They were plus money. And I hammered it. Maxed out. Different accounts. Go to the kiosk and they run out of paper, as they say. And the reason why was they were doing alternating shots. You both are driving. I'm like, I don't care if Barkley kicks the fucking ball for his shot. Phil Mickelson is a professional golf. People don't understand. Something with golf where people just discredit professional because everyone golfs, and everyone's like, I can keep up. He's a scratch golfer. I don't care if you're a scratch golfer. These professionals are like -5s. They shoot the ball. They take 1,000 swings a day. You understand how good these guys are. They never mess up, ever. Even if you're a great golfer like Curry or Peyton Manning, you're going to fuck up because you're a human being. Yeah, they're great athletes, but they're not world-class golfers. Anyway, this is number 3. And this is fading Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka doesn't care about these tournaments anyway, let alone the week after he just won the PGA and validified the LIV Tour. His swing coach went off today. I mean, they are so cocky now because they won this. It's great. I love it. So this is a great gambling opportunity. That's this week only. I'm not saying in the future to fade him because who even knows what these rules are in the LIV Tour? And that was the only thing that kept me actually from emptying my bank account on the Mayweather fight. Like, who knows if something's a little rigged here? Who knows what goes on with the LIV Tour? But I still feel confident fading him. So we're going to go with Cam Smith. And then you can go round 1, which I love even more, but they're using Joaquin Neiman, who has been playing great. And they're also coming from the PGA, but he is a pick'em for just the first round. Now that one, he's not as good as a golfer as Cam Smith, but you're getting Koepka on Thursday. I mean, flying in from the Panthers game tonight after doing who knows how many more Florida Coke you're doing. I mean, he's not just doing Coke, he's doing Florida Coke. He's doing Tampa Bay stripper Coke. You know what I mean? So let's bomb that one. And fuck it. Let's give the stroke at plus half a stroke at plus 115. Bomb that. So that's 4 emptying the account. Now remember, bet responsibly, but the responsible thing to do is to empty your account and borrow money from all of your loved ones to bet against Bruce Koepka this week. Here is what the I'm just kidding, of course. Derek White 3 bombs. I like that. That's pretty great. And we'll put LOL. They have such a chip on their shoulder, these LIV golfers. I can't decide whose side I'm on in this stupid battle. Koepka's swing coach, what is it? Claude Harmon, who is Butch Harmon's son. He went off in some interview. Talking about how, and he's right. I mean, the writers and the media is against the LIV tour. And so people forget that they're good. That's why you get good value when they come play the majors. But they're like, let me see some of these quotes he said. Maybe you changed your tune, but initially it was all just bullshit. A bunch of guys playing who didn't care, who got the money, got the bag. It's 54 holes. There's no competition at all. So you guys pretend like they weren't good players anymore, which nobody did. I like these straw man theories. No one thought they weren't good players. They just said they weren't motivated to play in LIV tours, which I'm sure is true. They're motivated to play in the majors, the PGA. They miss that competition because they're world-class golfers. This is pretty nuts. He goes off against Tiger. You guys portray this as Brooks took the money, and then Tiger came out with his comment. You know, Tiger, the ultimate guy who got all the money up front. I mean, I was around then. He flew for his first professional tournament on Nike's private jet. He wasn't paying for it. So he pushed in there and pretend like the LIV was an exhibition. Nobody watched it. You guys didn't report on it. None of you guys came to the tournaments because it was on fucking YouTube. That's why. And then it was on the CW. I can't find the CW. The CW finds you. You know what I mean? Like Baywatch. It's an old Chris Rock joke. I don't know what time Baywatch is on or what channel it's on, but I never miss it. It just happens to happen. You got whatever. Anyway, he goes off on DJ and Brooks. Where's the fucking? And he goes off on Zalatoris for no reason. Here, listen to his comments about Will Zalatoris. This is pretty funny. The fact that Will Zalatoris is the top 10 in the world is laughable. But it has nothing to do with him. Yeah. I like when they rip on someone, then they say, but nothing to do with him personally. And then they go into an entire tirade of what personal shit against them. This is all because the LIV stats don't count for the PGA stats, nor should they. It's not the same thing. It's not. No, these guys aren't bad golfers anymore. No one thinks that. But it's not the same competition. You can't just do that bullshit and have your points count. Same thing. I mean, if we're not counting ABA stats for basketball, they're not going to count this. But my point, here's the swing coach again, Harmon's kid, is that you guys all act like Brooks was a shitty player and Will Zalatoris was great. No one did this, by the way. No one did this. But the guy has one fucking golf tournament, has won one tournament. He finished second in a bunch of tournaments, so have a lot of players. But you guys were ready to crown him as he's the second coming of Christ. And you guys are acting like Brooks Koepka was a bum. Pre-Masters, that's what's happening. You guys know that. LIV allows players to have time off that you guys beat up everybody for. Yeah, they just give them Saudi blood money and say, show up to this tournament. But they don't have any real time. I don't even want to go into all this, but it's amazing. There's unbelievable golf. All right, we'll look up your golf on YouTube. But anyway, the point is, let's back to this Koepka tour, which is incredible. Not only is he partying, I mean, here's the thing with these LIV golfers. And they're all, and some of them are great, like the Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka. And Brooks Koepka, by the way, said he never even would have went if he wasn't hurt. He thought he was hurt. He was never going to come back. He had doubts about himself. So he was like, oh, let me get free money. And I get that. Why wouldn't you? But now he's back, and and you can tell they're so happy when they play these majors to have real competition and people are watching. So they get excited. And so now when they win a tournament like this, it's like when I'm touring and you go to all these terrible, terrible towns, and then you finally get somewhere where it's fun, like Chicago or something. Like, oh my God, thank God I missed this civilization. And then things get away from you. Next thing you know, you're missing flights. So I get it. Koepka drinking with the Kachucks, doing blow, harassing people down the floor, doing Florida bath salt partying. That is in our favor. So bomb every fade you can on the LIV tour in DC. This is the way you're going to bring in fans. Have your favorite best golfer LIV tour. Do a rock star fucking campaign openly doing drugs and say, bet against me. I'm all for that. That's kind of golf I can get behind. So let's get behind that. All right. Speaking of the hockey games, I already gave out Carolina plus 105. That's tonight, just to avoid the sweep. Under 5.5 is probably a better play. I mean, I thought it was going to be a high scoring series. It's not, obviously. Bavosky's been incredible, however you want to pronounce it. I don't want to call Carolina. We already won the Florida plus game and a half series. I just don't want to roll Carolina out now. They were playing desperate. So we're gonna give it that. But the next game, the bomb we lost last night was Dallas. That was amazing. The Dallas Vegas game. I was doing the show here, and I came out, and there was already 3-0. It was 2-0 within like 8 minutes, and then it was over. That's what's funny about hockey. Sometimes the hockey games are over within 5 minutes, because then it was 3-0, or like just like that. Vegas was up 3-0, and then that's it. Let's just shut it down, lock it up. They had 6 shots on goal for the rest of the game. Vegas did. It was like, what's the point? We already scored. It's my hockey noise. How did I not do that for Koepka? Good God. Koepka fade, cocaine fade. So Vegas was up 3-0, and then that was it. 6 more shots, and so now we got Dallas. So now the line's really small for Game 4. Is it going to be sweep? I don't think it is. People are calling all 4 sweeps, like 2 basketball sweeps and 2 hockey sweeps, which would have been an insane parlay to hit. But like I said, sweeps are tough. So I really like Dallas minus 118. We'll give that out bomb. To avoid sweep bomb. So we have Carolina plus 105, Dallas minus 118. Sprinkle a little on the puck line. It's plus 200. I think Dallas might rout them in that game because they have at home. And I don't like them. In the series, they're like plus 1,100. Not the worst thing, but not the best thing either. I'll give out that Dallas. So I enjoy. Tell you what I do enjoy are the final games of these hockey series in general. One, you get it gets beyond chippy. It gets into real straight up street violence on ice. When they know the series is over, things that they've kept inside because they didn't want to, hurt their team with any suspension. Back in the day, in my day, not to sound too old, in my day, I've already complained about, like, I loved hockey playoffs coming. Hockey playoffs are still great. Not saying they're not. There were far less penalties. First of all, we already said that. We wouldn't call nearly as penalties. Third period, forget about it. They wouldn't even bring those whistles out with them, the referees. So people just have at it. But the rule was you could do whatever violence you want, and they wouldn't suspend you until the start of next season, which I loved. Like you would just rack up a tab. Ron Hextall, the goalie for the Flyers, was a fucking madman. He would just slash you with his stick. Like if you come across him, he would just go. He did it to Chelios one time, like it was Jason Voorhees. And he was just a machete, just chopping at these ankles, and he racked up like a 27-game suspension. Next year. You're coming back. You're going to be on the Flyers next year, right? Yeah, sure, I guess. So that's the thing. Free agency ruined that. Because now you can just bring a tab with you. I'll sign with you, but I'm not eligible till December. Is that okay? Yeah, I stabbed a guy in last year's playoffs. Apparently, they frowned upon that. Not that because they didn't want to ruin the series, and that's the way it should be. Suspending people in mid-series, that's ridiculous. Anyway, and so the last game of the playoffs, so of the series, when they're like, well, I'm not gonna be able to see these guys until next year. I better have at it. Hextall one time just skated out towards the blue line to tackle Chelios because he shoved Brad Marsh into a pole and split his head open. Anyway, you still get a little bit of that in today's hockey towards the end, like just absolute fuck it. Let's have a fight before summer. It's like the end of school. Fight before summer, huh? We could, because that's how they party. That's how they celebrate. Let's just have a big 3:00 high fight at the mid rink. and bleed each other dry. And then we'll shake hands. I love the handshakes at the end of the series of hockey. Everyone get in the line. We're shaking hands. Handshake. Skate and shake. The old skate and shake. It's not officially over till we shake hands in Dallas or Carolina, Florida tonight. You shake your hand. The goal. We wait for the goalies to really embrace. The goalies have the goalie bond and really embrace each other. Anyway, all right. Let's move on. Any of you guys listening out there though? I was told for engagement, you're supposed to ask questions to the audience they can answer, but don't always want to hear it. That was the question I was going to ask. What's one of the biggest exhibition bets you've ever made? Any bombs? Mine was the Mayweather and the match, and now the third one might be fading Koepka. I already did it. I've already unloaded the accounts on it. It could come back to bite me. It is gambling. It is golf. It also is Saudi golf on the CW. Not most on the up and up. But that's the things I like. I don't like things that are on the up and up. You want it. You want these things. I mean, if Koepka openly told everyone to bet against him this week, because fuck, I'm not going to be good. Like Tin Cup, waking up hangover, shot an 83 when he's hungover. Cheech blew that one. All right. Anyway, let's get to the box now. Welcome to the Man in the Box. Yeah, yesterday I was going to talk about this in the Man in the Box segments. First of all, should I do the recap? Yeah, let me recap it real quick. Just in case all of them hit, I want to put the tout video together. That's what I do here on the bomb. And people like to hear bomb. So let's see what we do. So we have Miami plus 8.5, bomb it. We have Carolina minus 105, bomb it. Carolina, Florida under 5.5. Bomb that. We'll add that one in there. Dallas minus 118. Bomb it. And Dallas puck line plus 200. Bomb that too. And then bomb everything against Bruce Koepka this week because he's bombed. We're talking Cam Smith minus 140. Bomb. We're talking a stroke and a half at even money. Cam Smith, bomb it. We're talking round one. Joaquin Neiman minus a half. Bomb. Plus 110. Neiman minus 110 straight up. Round one. Bomb it. Those are all the bombs you're getting. Now, back to the box. So anyway, like I said, last time I talked about Jim Brown too much. Not too much. You can never talk about Jim Brown too much. I have so many funny stories. But I didn't have enough time to get into this story, which is Glenn Shemy Schembechler, who is the son of the late former Michigan football coach, Bo Schembechler, of course. He was just hired by Michigan and then fired 3 days later. Well, he resigned. They didn't even fire him. That's how heartless, that's how gutless Michigan is. Why did he resign 3 days after getting hired? Because of liking racist tweets on Twitter. Amazing. First of all, what a great name. Shemy Schembechler. He's a scout, I guess. He's Bo Schembechler's kid. And I'm sure he's a great scout. He's scouted for the Raiders. He's coached for the NFL for a while. It's in the Raiders, which is amazing. Michigan said they did a background check on him. He liked tweets that said like Jim Crow's racist rules were actually good for black people, things like that. What else did he say? What else did he do? Let's see what the tweets were. The tweets were ridiculous. It's not even a point. It's just what Michigan does. He said So he liked a bunch of tweets that were racist, and it came out immediately. As soon as he's hired, kids will find us immediately. Because Michigan said they did a background. What background check did you do, Michigan? Where you couldn't just look. You know how easy it is? I can look up what people like on Twitter. Schembechler goes, "Oh, I made a mistake. I erroneously liked it, like a cat jumped on his computer screen, and they had a cat thought the real computer mouse was an actual mouse when I was moving around. He liked these tweets." Meanwhile, the next day, when he knew something bad was coming up, he deleted 2,000 retweets and likes from his account before he just deleted his account. I like how he tried to do that first. 2,000. Yeah, nothing screams innocent more than deleting 2,000 of anything. Then he's like, fuck it, just delete the account. There are boatloads. God damn, do I love a lot of racist Twitter stuff. He actually had to come out. His first statement was, how first I want everyone to know that I don't think slavery was good. That's not a great way to start off your your speech and apology. If you just have to say that, you got a lot of work to do. All right, first things first, as a as a son of a legend and an employee of young students, I have to tell you, racism is bad, and so is slavery. I just want that on the record. Despite my 2,000 tweets that I scrubbed that said the opposite. Hilarious. People want to say. I like when people just say, I know someone should have edited the apology says and say no. Have Chat GPT write your goddamn apologizing for liking racist tweets. They're all the same anyway. He actually had to come out and say that he thinks. Listen, just to put me on the record, slavery was bad. All right. Okay, noted, Schembechler. Noted, Shemy. Shemy the Scout was his handle. So he tried to have an online presence with Shemy the Scout and be hip. But yet, like all these fucking boomer, and he's probably not even a boomer. These old-ass conservatives, though, they just they get fed these fucking ridiculous like memes and tweets, and well, like that. I want to have a sit back here and I'll like that from my front porch. Growing up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, around the militias. That's what he said. Beyond honored to return home to Michigan football. He tweeted that out. Blue forever. Yeah, forever means 3 days. No. He was 25 years as an NFL scout, including a decade with Washington, and he worked for the Vegas Raiders before he was fired in February. So he was fired. At least and I'm sure the Raiders didn't fire him for his tweets. Who knows what you had to do to get fired from the Vegas Raiders? But he was. And then Michigan hires him. Part of the whole Schembechler, just to bring back the whole fucking Schembechler legacy there. Which I'm not saying Schembechler's paterno, but there's whispers of that. They had that doctor who had all those offenses, and they said Schembechler knew about it. And like, well, he made a lot of money. He's got the statues. Michigan just loves to fuck up. If you're making Jim Harbaugh seem like a good guy. Matt Weiss, who was their offensive coordinator and quarterback, so he was fired after the police department opened an investigation into his computer crimes at Schembechler Hall. Everything Schembechler Hall and Bowfield. Didn't they have a player retweet a Kanye West video too? What was it? Yeah, running back Donovan Edwards. He retweeted an anti-Semitic comment on a Kanye West video. He had to tweet, he's unequivocally against racism, exploitation, and oppression in all forms, including stereotyping and trafficking and hate. See, that's how you say it. You get ChatGPT to write you one up. But that's the new wave. Retweets and likes are endorsements. We don't even care. We don't care. We care less about what the original people, what they have to say. But if you like and support something and retweet like it, that's much worse. That's the Twitter world. You like that? Yeah, but I ironically liked it. Try to explain that you ironically liked a Jim Crow tweet. Who the fuck is Jim? Who are these accounts? We're following these Jim Crow tweets. But I just love how Michigan says they did a background check. What was this background check? Hey, Vegas, I noticed you fired Schembechler's kid. Did he kill anybody? Nope. All right. Sounds good. Can't wait to introduce him. What about his Twitter? I'm sure his Twitter's fine. What? People are getting fired from Saturday Night Live the day they get hired. You can't look in. You can't just see his likes and faves and retweets. We might have boss. We might have a problem. I was looking at Shemy Schembechler's Twitter account, and he likes it. He follows this account called Eagle of Christ. I looked into them. Not good. Patriot News with but it's spelled noose. I don't think that's going to be good either. Insano goes, that's pretty great. Is slavery okay? That's the question. Michigan. Are you sure? Are you really sure? Well, would you want my official stance? You want my Twitter stance, or what we're going to tell the kids? First things first. I accidentally liked 2,000 tweets that might have said that slavery helped out black people. That might have happened, but I just want to say for the record, I don't believe that. All right, sounds good to me. You ready to lead our young men, Shemy? Shelley Schembechlers? Michigan's hilarious. They're just a fucking... They are the best. All right, that'll do it. Oh my goodness. Just got an email from Vegas Andy. Isn't that exciting? Vegas Andy is my proxy for the contest. That's NFL season is coming around the corner, and we can't wait for do that. Anyway, but that will do it for today's Bottom Line Bombs. I'm gonna that was my man in the box segment. Let me get out of there. Yep. I want to thank you, everyone who was, including Insano, JC from KC, Mafia, and Wilson, and I'm sorry, Mafia will reunite. Cheers to beers, everyone on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe on the button. Just like that video, subscribe to the account. Also on the podcast, subscribe to that and 5-star review if you can. Spotify, iTunes, whatever you want. Blackout Diaries, another podcast I do with Sean Flannery. Drinking Story 1, you'll like that. I might bring in Brooks Koepka stories of that one. Follow me on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _ or my Instagram, at CJ Sullivan was taken. A few of those other things. Yeah, I don't know if did I miss anything. I think I got so worked up with Jim Brown yesterday that I kind of lost my thing with Shemy Schembechler. And I got into him. So I don't know. I think it's a good show. God forbid I do a show that's under an hour, right? Of just me talking crazy. He likes Williams better. I don't even know. Tina Turner died. That was shocking. She was 83. I have a thread, text thread with my high school friends, and all we do, it's only for reporting deaths and celebrity deaths. So someone will just blast the name Tina Turner, and then everyone has to guess the age with a jersey number or something. So it's a fun game. And that's what you get to look forward to when you get older. Just people dying. You say, oh, I didn't know that. We were just watching a thing outside. Jim Fossil dead. Didn't know that. Amazing. Anyway. R.I.P. to Tina Turner. She was I like Tina Turner. She had some scars on her. She had city miles on her. She went through some shit. Not only is she a great singer and dancer, but you're like, she fucking, men treated her bad. She left. She's a survivor. These Beyonces, they're so rich, and they have their sisters beating up their husbands in the elevator for her. Tina Turner lived it. Anyway. Now I don't know what I'm talking about. Now I'm veering off. Anyway, that's it for the man in the box and CJ Sullivan and the bottom line bombs. Thank you, everyone. Go get that LIV fading. Empty the account against Bruce Koepka.